And we are live. What is going on, everybody?
Better late than never.
Better late than never. We are 6 minutes late. I just got done with a 4th of July happy hour / dinner party. And so here we are. So I am running a few minutes behind. Flipping Steve may or may not be able to join us tonight. We will have to see how it goes. Dustin's MIA here in the chat. And we've got Michael Ham so far. Michael Ham, who dat? Dat me fools. What's going on? Dude, we got 3 weeks to go and we're going to be in Airbnb in Cleveland, Ohio. Neo's going to be local there, so he won't be joining us. But we are literally less than 3 weeks, now about 3 weeks out.
You're exactly 3 weeks out.
Exactly 3 weeks out. Joel Garza, part winner of the second place, the $250 prize. And I picked him up a laser PSA 10 Jordan Love rookie card. You may or may not be right, Ham. You may or may not be right. I've had a couple adult beverages. What's going on, Orlando? Patrick Wu already coming with the hard-hitting questions. Is PGS is BGS card values holding in? I like how you kind of threw that in, holding in. I don't even know what that means exactly. Holding up? What's up, Ian Miller? What is going on?
Can you confirm or deny that Steve took the money and ran?
Yeah, I can't confirm. I don't know. Flipping Steve's been taking a lot of vacations lately. So I just hope that when that person shows up at the National, that they get what they want. That's all I hope. That's all I hope.
So 3 weeks from today, right now, you would have already have toured the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You would have already been on the floor of the National and potentially sitting at a trade night right now.
Yeah. Weeks. That's a good way to put it. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be sitting together at one of the national sponsored trade nights.
Well, there isn't one on Wednesday, so we'll probably have to go to the rogue offsite one that we're not allowed to talk about publicly.
Oh, okay. We're going to have to go to the Robin Hood version of the trade night. Yeah, I heard. Well, what is that offsite show? Have you heard of that? I've had a few people that are like, "Hey, come to this offsite show," and I'm like, "I don't know."
It's literally right around the corner.
Is this like the Foot, like in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where it's like, "Come to our arcade," and it's like all the ninjas are down there? That's probably what it's going to be. But yes, Wednesday night will probably be at the offsite Ninja Turtles trade night, where the Foot is located in Shredder. What's going on, Ray? Collectors World Fargo is in the house. Neo is asking for prayers. It's July 3rd. I hear fireworks going on behind me outside. Is this a normal live? Well put. Well put, Cartier West. Are any of them normal? But tonight might be less normal. I titled it up, "What is Wrong with This Hobby?" purposely. And we'll get that from the chat. We'll see if the chat has any answers to that. Okay.
Well, that's just clickbait. You don't actually know what's wrong with the hobby.
Oh, well, do you have any ideas?
I don't, but you threw it out there, so I didn't know if.
Oh, yeah,
you had some great knowledge bomb to drop on us.
Oh, no. Actually, it was just definitely me just throwing something out into the universe.
I mean, YouTuber, the evil influencers and YouTubers and sponsorship sellouts are what's wrong with the hobby.
That's exactly it. All right, the National. Oh, wait. Dang it, Stukes. There's too many comments coming in. All right, the National ends and then the real show begins at 6 p.m. What is the real show? PTOOT, please let me know what's going on. I want to know.
Hold on. I got the thing somewhere here.
Evening, Stukes. You can share screen, please.
I'm trying to find it. I'll see if I can track it down.
By the way, Flipping Steve may or may not be able to make it tonight. Had a little bit of an emergency pop up, so we don't know if Flipping Steve will be able to make it. Either way, we will power through, and we will make it.
To be fair, you don't know that it was an emergency. You're just assuming.
I'm just assuming it's an emergency if you're not here. If you're not here on a biweekly show where it's mandated and you've signed a contract with Blood, I just assume that it's an emergency. So
I can't find it at the moment.
It's not
It's
popping up.
the Aviator. That's all I know. It's the Aviator, and it starts right when the National ends.
Do they call it the Aviator, or is that?
Yeah, it's the name of the. It's the name. It's like an event center / bar / thing.
Interesting. So it's going to be at a dancing club.
There'll be a bar there, so you'll be good. So they will have alcohol at this trade night.
All right. Well, it sounds like a good time. Rob, you actually driving back and forth? Okay, so Ham, I guess, is talking about every day going back and forth home.
It's a little under an hour. It's not that bad.
Yeah. So the answer is yes. He is going to do that. He is going to do that. Let me actually throw out. So my wife and I went to a wedding this past weekend. We had an Airbnb booked. Excuse me. Actually, we had a VRBO booked, and we showed up to our place on Friday night. Actually, Friday during the day around 5 for check-in. And there was a lady outside with a couple of cars in the driveway, a lady outside smoking a cigarette outside of our place that we had booked. And it turned out that it was double booked. So basically this place put it up on Airbnb and they also put it on VRBO. We each person booked it. We ended up having to get a hotel. So Ham, I really hope that when we get to Cleveland, that we don't pop in and there's a lady on the porch smoking a cigarette when we're trying to check in. So let's
how did you determine who got the hotel and who got
they were already there. They were in there, and it was kind of like, all right.
So you guys didn't put up a fight. You just were like, okay, no. we'll accept the L here.
Yeah, we'll take the L. We're not going to kick them out. I don't like. Yeah, we're not.
Are they cool about it, or were they immediately defensive?
No, I think they just showed hey, here's where we had booked. They were already there. I think that was the other part. It's what are we going to jump in? They've already put all their stuff in there. Have they stayed a night? Let
me see the timestamp on the email. Who
had they already slept in the bed? I'm not interested.
Yeah,
forget it.
So what did the host say? My bad or
my bad? And then I think it was VRBO canceled it and then gave us a $400 credit or something like that. But either way,
that's super annoying though.
It was pretty bad. So I hope that does not happen when we are in Cleveland.
My wife and I have only done, I don't remember if it was a VRBO or an Airbnb once, and it worked out fine. We didn't have any issues. It was in Maine. But yeah, that was fine. But that's always the fear when you rent one of those things, is you're going to show up and it's either going to be a disaster or just something goes sideways.
You never know. Collectors World Fargo, who's made their must get for the National? I don't know exactly what that means.
I assume your want list.
Oh, must get for the National. There's 2 cards that I want for the rest of 2024. I'm trying to be very disciplined because I'm not very disciplined historically. There are 2 cards that I want for the rest of 2024. And those 2 cards are the 84 Star Jordan 5x7 Court Kings. That's the last card of the 4 from his rookie year. It's kind of the oversized, where he's doing the cool, the cool dunk. It's a blue border. That card, along with, I've never talked about this card before, PSA 9, not a PSA 10, PSA 9, 85 promo Jordan, the Nike promo card, not the 10. But the 9. So those
why a PSA and not an SGC
or an SGC 9? You make a strong point.
Got him. You saw that chat.
No, you make a strong
PSA
point.
Over the SGC.
There just haven't been a lot of SGC 9s. So it's just more about availability. So SGC 9, PSA 9, Jordan promo card, 85. Those are the 2 cards I want for the rest of the year. Otherwise, I've got to pay off. I've got to pay off other stuff, and I've got other priorities. So that's kind of where we're at. That is kind of where we are at. Card Guy 72, how are we doing? Bob Boozle in the house. Bob Boozle, the legend. Don't go into anyone's strange van, even if they offer you good cards. That's a fair take.
What if it's a Star Jordan?
If it's hey, look, if it's one of the two cards I just mentioned, I might wander into a strange van and just have to fight my way out of that van. If it's got those two in there, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not ready for some sort of a fight if it comes down to it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Card Ye West. I've never seen this live, and frankly, I haven't seen you in the comments section. Neo, have you seen?
I don't recognize the name.
I don't recognize it. So you're here. You're here. You made it live.
Sorry.
Bronny will be at the. Do you think Bronny will be at the National? I would hope so, just so he can get some notoriety.
If anything, he would be at Fanatics Fest, not the National.
Nobody knows who the hell this guy is outside of his dad. So I'm just going to level with everybody here. You know, everyone. God, the worst. Neo, actually, let's get your take on this. You're a basketball guy. You follow the draft. I know that you've kind of paid attention to this. The whole like the Lakers found a talent. And it had nothing to do with nepotism and his dad being on the team and his dad running the league now because he's LeBron James. Like, what are we even talking about? What are we even talking about? Like, Bronny James was drafted by the Lakers because his dad is on the team. Is there any sort of, is there an alter argument to this, or what's the thought?
I mean, it's the 55th pick in the draft. Those picks are typically the number of NBA players that have actually made it from like the 50s on is like next to none. So
how many rounds are in the NBA draft?
2, but the second round rarely matters.
The second round rarely matters. So they literally could have picked you or me in the second round. It wouldn't make a difference.
It basically would have been the same thing.
So then you're trying, like, why not just come out and just say, yeah, it's the 55th pick. It's a second round. We don't give a rat's ass about it. Bronny has some upside to him. His dad's on the team. Like, why not just level? Like, why not just kind of level out and just say, like, hey, this is what it is, as opposed to, hey, randomly, us, the Lakers, who happen to have his dad on the team, who runs this team, who literally picked a head coach off of a podcast, had nothing to do with this choice, with the 55th pick. And I mean, like, just say what it is. And Bronny should just say too, like, hey, my dad's on the team. My dad's a legend. It happened. Like, I don't know. I'm lost on why this was like. Otherwise, honestly, if the Lakers don't pick this guy, nobody picks him. He's just an undrafted free agent that probably gets picked up. No other team. What's that?
Then the Lakers would just sign him.
Or the Lakers just sign him.
I mean, Clutch put out, like, they wanted him to go to, there was only certain teams they wanted him to go to. So they were actively telling teams, if you don't, like, if you take him, he will not play for you. He'll go to Australia or something.
The only way a team would take Bronny is to trade him to the Lakers. The only reason a team would take them is to hold him hostage so that the Lakers overpay to bring him to the Lakers.
I think Phoenix wanted to legitimately draft him.
Okay, I guess one other team might have been in the hunt. One. But I mean, this guy really didn't show anything to show, like, this guy was not any sort of I mean, this is the weakest. Is this the weakest draft in a decade?
Yeah, it's the weakest draft in a while. It's bad.
It's the weakest draft in years.
This will be a nightmare draft for Prism basketball.
Nightmare draft for Prism basketball, which they're going to come out with $1,000 a hobby box, probably. And Bronny James will probably be the hit. And every goober on earth, not every goober, everyone in this chat knows better, but all the goobers out there that we know don't know better are going to go buy this stuff. I mean, come on. Mark nailed it. The hobby is doomed with new product in this draft class. That's the whole thing with like, I mean, and Rob, what's your opinion on just like flawless national treasures this year with no autographs? Like, why would you buy? Like, are people going to pay $5,000 a box for Wemby diamond flawless cards that are not autographed, or like?
Probably, because people are dumb. But I mean, we don't know what the product's going to look like yet. Like, are they gonna? I doubt that they did, but did they manage to get like actual game used jerseys? So maybe you at least have really nice game used jersey patches. I know. So Darius Garland is an Upper Deck exclusive, and he has a handful of really nice flawless game used patches, and they sell for a ton of money because he doesn't really have like a flagship rookie card because he doesn't have any autos. But that's, I unless they bought a game used jersey on the secondary market, it's not like Fanatics is going to give them one. Which they could have done. They could have went to any other. I mean, companies do that all the time. They could have went to a memorabilia auction and bought a game used Wemby jersey for flawless if they wanted to. And you almost have to use it National Treasures too. Otherwise, that product's just like garbage for both basketball and football.
So Panini's in this weird spot for the Wemby draft class, and then this year's draft class is total trash. And then we move into, I guess, like then they lose the license.
So that's what I haven't been able to figure out what
like the timing.
We know when Fanatics starts, but I don't know because it's not. I think Fanatics starts basketball is it October of 2025? So I don't know if that means like once that season starts, like Panini's toast, like they can't make. For example, like next year's NBA class is loaded. Like Cooper Flag's going to be a monster on paper. Okay. So like, is Panini going to be able to make Cooper Flag stuff or not? Like that's what I don't know. Or is that when Fanatics officially takes over and Panini's donezo? That's my guess. But that also means product's going to be late because they can't put product out until October. I think that's when the license begins is October. And that's when the NBA season starts. So you wouldn't get any NBA product prior to, but they got to have stuff ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes
You'll probably get, I'm guessing like Topps flagship, like Series 1 baseball. They'll have that. There won't be a Series 1 and Series 2, but like Topps flagship paper will probably be like their out the gate. Like here's our, tentpole release of a base product. And then Chrome will probably be their version of Prism. And then Dynasty and Tier 1 and some of the other ones will be their high end. Topps doesn't have great high end. Like they don't really have a great Flawless and National Treasures equivalent.
Okay. So that's going to be interesting.
I mean, I love Dynasty, but it's not the same as some of the other ones. You have the loudest keyboard in the history of keyboards.
I'm sending you a message. Okay. All right. Do you have any pickup targets at the National? I don't. So I have 2 cards, and that's really like probably towards the end of the year.
So, I mean, if I fall into like a LeBron Topps Chrome PSA 8 refractor, or the Topps Chrome LeBron Garden Kobe refractor, I would make a move on it, but I would probably want it to be partial trade or sell some stuff.
You want a Kobe? You want a Kobe refractor?
Well, it's the LeBron Garden Kobe.
Oh, LeBron Garden Kobe refractor.
Yeah, it's the 2008 Topps Chrome refractor, and LeBron and Kobe are in the same. They're guarding each other. So like I have some trade bait stuff I'm taking with me, and I have some cash. But there's, I don't know, I'll probably talk about this in a video next week. There's like nothing. I'm kind of in that summer rut right now with sports stuff. Like there's nothing that's really like by me.
Yeah.
The Heroes Con, and it does this every year. When I go to Heroes Con, I come out of Heroes Con, and all I want to do is buy a bunch of comic books until I get to the National, and then like another switch flips again.
Yeah.
Like I'm way more, like I've spent way more eBay searches on like X-Men stuff than I have sports card stuff. I mean, like I have my saved searches or whatever, but this is the most loose I have been walking into a National in regards to like, these are things that I am looking to buy since we've been going to the National in Chicago, that first one.
Yeah, I'm still in payoff mode. I'm still like, I've got some cards and I need to sell other things to pay off of those cards, or, other channel money or whatever needs to go to it. So I'm still kind of in the mode of like payoff more than anything else. I might pick up a couple things at the National, but I think it'll be probably smaller things. If so, I've gotten really targeted on what I do want. And so it's kind of one of those things where the stuff that I do want, I know where to get it. I don't necessarily have to buy it at the National. So that's
the only other thing I'll have my radar up for is people usually have some pretty cool non-sports stuff. So if I run into some cool autos or something like that, then that will probably grab my attention. Especially if it's something I'm not expecting to see. That could swing me. But like specifically sports-wise, there's not anything super specific I'm looking for. I'm also going to be on the hunt for, which this is completely off topic. Like usually there's pretty good deals on like Pokemon booster boxes at the National, especially on Sunday.
Pokemon booster boxes, man.
Yeah, man, I got a shelf of them back there.
You're just loading up on you're Rudy part 2.
It's the by far and away the best profit I've had out of anything that I've bought in collectibles since the pandemic.
I know it's
boring. It's very boring, but
yeah, it's funny. It's some of the stuff that you don't necessarily think is going to happen, and it works out really well, other than other things. So yeah.
I mean, some of those boxes I bought for $80 or $90, and they're like well over $200 a box now, like easily.
Nice. What are you looking forward to most at the National from Brad? This is going to be the most boring answer ever for me, but it's going to be to hug and meet up with the people in the community. The community is like the most that's like a knife in the neck to people like the sports card hobby community. It's so boring, but it will be just to see people. It'll be to see people at companies that I work with, and also just meeting up with companies that I've had conversations with and that sort of thing. It's a lot of networking at the National, more so than it is to go and like, oh, I need to buy this card. It's the mecca for cards, but it's so much more the networking part and just hanging out with folks than it is anything else at this point.
Dustin's looking for views, likes, sponsors, and comments.
I mean, a lot of it's just other content creators that I don't get to see very much. They're all at the National a lot of times. And so I get to see every single content creator for the most part. And so there's that. And then also companies I work with, and then also companies that I've been talking to or haven't talked to. There's opportunities, to meet with them as well. So yeah, I mean, it's all of those things for sure.
I bought a new camera for the National and Fanatics Fest.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Damn, look at you, vlogger.
Yep. We're gonna give it another whirl.
You and you all of a sudden, like, forget Mojo and Roth. Tune into Neo's vlog.
We'll see how it goes. I've been experimenting lately with the iPhone. I did it at Chantilly and I did it at Heroes Con, and it worked out all right.
I got a video coming up about subscribers that is a little suspect on some of these other channels that I think will be kind of fun.
Oh, have you been poking around the old social blade?
Yeah, and there's some things that don't make a whole lot of sense. So that'll be coming out here.
I hope you checked yours first before you made the burn video to make sure yours was clean.
Well, I know mine are I check mine every day, so I know mine is kind of just like steadily going along. But it's interesting to see that some other channels, it's not necessarily that way. I think hey, let me just throw out a theory. I think others might be, look, it's kind of slow growth times as far as subscribers goes across the board. It doesn't matter which channel you are. My video will cover a variety of different channels, but don't get hasty. Don't pay for, whatever. I'm not saying that they did, but there's some data out there that looks a little funny on some of the subscriber counts. So we'll see.
Did you check to make sure they didn't have a short go crazy or something? Like, did you dig?
I did. Yeah.
That is weird. Shorts are weird. I mean, we're really in the weeds here on content creation. Shorts are super weird.
Shorts can do it, but the shorts don't. Yeah. Now, I guess the one part where it could be, and this is again where it's like, who knows part, is maybe you made a short a year ago and all of a sudden it's taking off, catching fire. Maybe that's what it is. But if I'm just looking at recent shorts, I'm not seeing it. So, but we'll throw in all the disclaimers and all that stuff. So tune in. Make sure you tune in, everybody.
Are you dropping that before the National so they all come headhunting for you, or are you going to wait till after?
Oh, no, that's coming out Friday. Yeah, that'll have plenty of time to come for me. Yeah, that'll have plenty of time to come for me. All right, Mike Ham has already reached back out to the lady at the Airbnb to make sure that we're all good. I told the story about how this past weekend I went to a wedding, And we showed up, and there was a lady at our Airbnb that was smoking a cigarette on the porch. We ended up having to get a hotel. Kamikaze sports cards, 1 win for the smokers. We should have mud wrestled for it. Fair enough. Fair enough. My wife's tough. I probably wouldn't have lasted long in the mud wrestling ring, but my wife probably would have won that for sure. Airbnb VRBO hosts are getting increasingly annoying. Yeah, well, it's like they took our money in December. Like we booked it in December, and then 7 months later, they're like, "Oh, sorry." It's like, come on.
So do you think they didn't realize, or they were just hoping like we're gonna let this ride and hope one of them last minute cancels?
I really have no idea. It's really strange.
Like, how do you not catch that? That you're like, oh shit, we have 2 people checking in this week on the same day.
I don't know. We're wrapping up a rental property where we're going to Airbnb it. So maybe we'll run into this on a property, but I've always done like long-term rentals on a rental place to where it's like a 12-month lease or something. So I don't know how the short-term leasing stuff works, but I'm going to be entering into that here in the next few months with a property. So we'll see. Rob, why is the NFL Hall of Fame in Ohio? Do we know that?
Oh God, I'm gonna look bad here. I don't remember the origins of why the Football Hall of Fame is in Canton.
He lives in Ohio.
I didn't grow up here, so
okay. We got the excuses out. We don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, Rage? What is up? Happy Independence Day. I got fireworks going off outside a day early.
Do you get to play? Is that gunshots or is it fireworks game in your neighborhood?
So here's the thing is my sister-in-law was like, this was going back a couple years ago. Hey, come over. We got some great fireworks over here. And she was right. Went over there. Very cool. And then we tried to drive home afterwards. And it was like the Purge, like the Purge movie, like the Purge Forever Purge, where like everybody, like basically the Purge movie is a horror movie if you haven't seen it. And essentially what it means is that for 12 hours or 24 hours, you can kill somebody and it's not against the law. Like basically like all the laws are off, like you can do whatever you want for 24 hours. And I felt like driving home a couple years ago was like the Purge. It was kind of like everybody out in the street, like with fireworks, like I'm trying to drive through and everybody was like, like throwing fireworks at the car. It's like, you know what? I'm not leaving the house on July 4th anymore. So now we just
Chat says that the NFL was founded in Canton. That's why the Hall of Fame's here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Orlando, they slept in the bed and they were smoking a cigarette. We'll pass. We'll get a hotel.
You are way behind.
Alex, what's going on? I'm only 20 minutes behind. Let me see if I can run through this real quick.
I'm only 20 minutes behind. We're only 30 minutes in and you're 20 minutes behind.
Hey, we're having a good talk. I don't know what this means. 9.9 newsstand. You got to change the name Manu to 10.0.
He's already long gone. That comment was 25 minutes ago.
He'll check back. He'll check back in at some point. Anyway, he's going to be changing his name to 10.0 because 9.9s are now common.
I just talked to him on the phone the other day.
Cardier West, I like tag. Immediately booted from the chat. Just kidding.
Oh, the tag bots are going to come now. Where's the Magneto?
Tag bots. The dingus did a dookie in Steve's living room. Steve is late / missing, and we don't know what's going on. That's okay.
Money and ran.
Yeah, he took exactly. Yeah, that national giveaway was good until he went to Bermuda with it.
He went to a non-extradition treating country.
Manu, if you are still here, that is correct. It was a promo card. I'm trying to remember the history. Card historians, maybe Orlando actually knows this. The Jordan promo Nike card. I think they actually use that card in particular, like at stores as a promotional card. In a PSA 10, there's about 170 of them. In a 9, there's about 1,000 of them. So this is not a super rare card, but I would say it's a very important card within the Jordan collecting community. Holy hell. Back from the dead.
Ooh.
We have got Flippin' W. Steve.
Look, people just blowing me up. They're like, man, you have got to rescue this live stream. So I'm like, but I got stuff going on. But, here I am for the people.
I got the text that said,
friends.
I got the text you had 8 gunshot wounds and you might not be able to make the live. And I just said, hey, don't worry about it, man. Make sure you take care of yourself at the hospital. But Steve still manages to make
I'll pull
after
through,
surgery,
pull through for the people, man.
post surgery.
Sunburn on my fucking melon and everything. Look at that.
Don't call it a comeback.
This onion is look. Man.
Woo!
So you were late because of sunburn? Like, what's the deal?
No. I only said that because you said that I was running late because of a sunburn.
Like I said, it was an emergency. It was a sunburn. They needed aloe. The camera said.
Just like that. That's the way it goes. Might have to change that around.
Hawk Tua girl has double booked the Airbnb at the National. Look out.
Oh, man. So I was trying to keep up with the live stream while you guys were going. I heard a couple things.
How did it go so far? Pretty good?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm going to swap this around.
I thought I was pretty strong. Neo's been fairly average tonight.
My back hurts from carrying this.
It's a pretty good podcast. I think he's talking about JJ Redick and LeBron. I actually don't mind. I watch it too. I like listening to LeBron and JJ Redick. But then I got to listen to JJ Redick telling me that he's going to run plays for Bronny. No, dude, you're not running plays for Bronny. You draft him because his dad is on the team. You're not running play. You're running one play in the season for Bronny. No one gives a rat's about Bronny.
The Lakers are probably going to be pretty bad. He'll have a lot of garbage time to play.
Maybe say is he even going to get out of the warm-ups? He's going to be one of the guys that's high-fiving everybody still in the warm-ups from the beginning.
Is he going to call him daddy or dad on the court?
I don't know. How's it going to interact with the other teammates? Right?
This isn't the first time this has happened. I mean, Griffey's played together.
In basketball, it's never happened.
I mean, Giannis plays with his brother.
Does he call him dad?
Yeah, but the Griffeys were way better because the son was better than the father. It was different with the Griffeys because the son was better. Junior Griffey, yeah. Griffey Jr. didn't make it because of his dad. He made it. He was actually better.
It's not the same because it's different action. I mean, think about the NBA, like, daddy, pass me the ball versus baseball where it's like, dad, I'm up to bat. Like, it's just different action. It's not the same. Daddy, I'm open in the corner. Daddy, I'm open.
As an Orioles fan, I remember back in the day when Cal Ripken Sr. was the manager of the Orioles and Cal Ripken Jr. was a player. But Cal, of course, is a Hall of Famer. But then the brother Billy Ripken played on the team, and you often wonder. Billy was a good second baseman, honestly, watching him. But you often wonder, did Billy Ripken make it on that Orioles team because of his brother and his dad, or definitely because of his brother, because his last name was Ripken? Let's put it that way. Or I guess he was good enough to play Major League Ball for a little while. He's famous for the Fleer fuckface card, right? And then they just kind of redid that with a joke, didn't they? That card?
Yeah, Jackson Holiday short print.
Yeah.
How many Lucas did you buy now that Clay is there and they're going to win 3 straight titles?
I didn't know Clay went there.
Clay is a Mav.
Clay's washed.
Yeah, he's bad. He wasn't very good with the Warriors. They weren't very good this year with him. And what's he going to do? Go to?
I mean, he'll be all right. I mean, he's basically going to be a corner 3-point shooter. If that's all, all he's willing to do, he'll be fine.
If he can be a role player, yeah, a role player, or maybe somebody who can give him some points.
Someone compared it to when like Ray Allen went to the Heat.
But didn't the Sixers just sign somebody big?
Yeah, Paul George.
Hold on a second. How many videos are you going to make about this whole upcoming basketball draft? Like all this new product that everyone's going to come out and be excited for. I'm going to make so many videos about all this dumb bullshit about people coming in like, oh my God, we got to get up for these. We got to get up for this new draft class. I'm going to make 1,700 reaction videos to this.
It'll be 4 years from now because we're so far behind on releases.
It's going to be so stupid. People are like, oh, we got this $1,000 box of hobby, blah, 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 flawless nobodies. I mean,
maybe someone breaks out. It could happen. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. It happens all the time. But on paper, this past draft was not great.
Not great is that's a nice way to
put it. To be like the last not great draft, the one that you referenced, which was Anthony Bennett as the number 1 overall pick. Giannis was drafted in that draft.
I don't know. Jay has an opinion on the.
And for the longest time, that draft was trash. It took Giannis like 5 years to break out onto the scene.
I want to go directly to an offer that I made to this comment. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to pull this up. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. Hang with me. I just want to get from the chat. I almost don't even want to share this because it's so damn cool and I don't want anyone else to buy it. I just got a comment here. Have you seen the Bobby Hebert autos in 2023 certified? Guys, look at this beautiful baby right here.
Oh, Hebert. I thought you were trying to joke and say Justin Herbert was coming to the Saints, but
I wish Bobby Hebert would come to the
missing
Saints.
an R.
Look at this. We got
missing an R, man.
We got the beautiful shirt. We got the white auto, and it says Cajun Cannon. It's Cajun Cannon. I offered $128 for this. They countered at $150, and I haven't done anything with it at this point.
Now I have a question.
If you don't accept that thing in the next 3 minutes,
I'm going to frame this up. I need to frame this up. I'm struggling here. I should be
telling you right now. Someone from chat is going to snipe this from you as a troll move. If you don't accept this right now.
When he was playing, did he have that nickname?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I don't ever remember him being called that. I remember watching him. Yeah. I was young, so maybe I don't, maybe I missed it. But I just
chat's on about a 60-second delay, so you still have a little bit of time.
Damn it! Should I accept this offer?
I'm telling you right now, someone's going to troll you and snag this.
It's a pretty.
It's gone.
Is it not? Is it a pretty sweet item?
Steve bought it already.
It's cool looking. It's a cool color jersey too. Is that a throwback though? Or is it just a New Jersey like?
It's basically just a manufactured jersey or whatever.
I mean, you see how it's got like the stitching, like the name patch, which kind of looks different than nowadays.
Oh,
talk them into it. So, come on, baby.
Yeah, someone's gonna walk up to you with that at the National and be like 165.
I'll probably pay it. That's fine.
You gonna wear it or are you gonna frame it?
I don't know, man. It's that beautiful.
Buy it and wear it to the National.
I'd probably wear it. I probably would wear it to the National.
What'd you do with the Joe Horn signed jacket?
It's in my closet.
Okay, but you still wear that throwback?
Yeah.
That starter jacket you had?
Oh, hell yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
The starter jacket's worth more than the signature. Nowadays, if it's a legit 90s starter.
Well, I mean, it's not a throw. So it's just like a redo. Like, I mean, it's not like from 1995. Right?
Oh, it's not like the same one you had like when you were in high school. My brother still has his Miami Dolphins one from when he was in high school.
No, they brought it back out. Yeah. No, they re-brought it back out here over the last couple of years. Oh man.
Keep refreshing that page because I'm curious to see if it got bought.
Let's see what happens.
So you guys had some national talk going on. I've booked my plane ticket. I'm arriving there at like 11 a.m.
I bought Joel's card. So
oh, did he do it already?
Of the second place. So he's like, hey, let's look at a CJ Stroud Silver Prism PSA 9. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep an eye out. And then I sent him a picture. I'm like, hey, the last one just sold at 380. So that 250 max is a struggle. So anyway, he threw me a Jordan Love laser Prism rookie PSA 10. And so
that's why I saw him earlier. Thank you for the J Love.
I bought that, and then as soon as I get it, I'll shoot it off to him.
Okay, I didn't know what he meant by that comment.
Very nice card, yeah.
I thought maybe you sold him a Jordan Love or something, like you did a deal with him. I was trying to say I didn't think you were selling anybody. I thought you were selling Bowman U.
Oh, I've got 60 slabs that are heading over to DC Sports 87. I got another 30 or 40 that are coming to the National.
Yeah, I got about 40 slabs I'd like to send to DC Sports 87 too, but yeah, run into a roadblock there. I can't figure out why I can't recover my password.
Frick, yeah.
If only you knew someone that had a relationship with them.
I haven't reached out on your behalf, so I apologize.
I know, man. I'm going to have to just go with another consigner.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my bad. RCA Dome. I live in NYC. It sucks here. My wife.
I like NYC.
When I met my wife, she lived in Midtown.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about NYC: you like it when you go to visit it, but if you live there,
I've never lived there.
if you live there or went there all the time, you would be like, "Oh, this is."
But I met my wife. It was 2009 in NYC, and it was very different. And she was in Midtown. She was in a nice part of NYC. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is still awesome, probably in parts, and there's great food and all that sort of thing. But the city, I mean, look, let's not kid ourselves. Like, it's not the same. It's not as like it was 15 years ago. It's not as good. Just not.
You guys been doing any mock drafts? Oh, that's the thing. We started to talk about Fantasy Football League for next season, or the season coming up for next year's national, if we're going to do that again.
I'm already running best ball leagues, man. I'm already drafting.
I can't do. Yeah, I'm mock drafting. I can't do underdog because they don't do it in Delaware. There's like 2 states.
Sucks.
Yeah, there's like 2 states on the entire thing that underdog doesn't work in, and Delaware is one of them. So we have sports gambling. You can bet on anything and casinos and everything else, and I can't do underdog best ball leagues.
I love underdog best ball leagues.
Yeah, you just set it and forget.
Speaking of the chat, there's 3 spots left in mine. If anyone wants in, the info is up on my community tab.
Affiliate code.
So, Dustin, which quarterback are you going to overdraft this year while there's 3 like number 1 quarterbacks still on the board?
Well, I didn't know Josh.
You go Joe Burrow again.
Joe Burrow is
running back.
Joe Burrow, I mean, he's either lights out, he's either top 5 fantasy quarterback, or he's out for the season.
I don't know. He was rough when he was playing last year, man. He was off to a bad start before he got hurt. Maybe he started the season hurt and they didn't really know. But Rage says use VPN. What is that? Is that like underdog, but that's a different one?
No, VPN blocks what state you're in.
Yeah.
Will it allow me to do that though?
Probably.
Or does it make it a requirement? Because when I signed up, it was like a requirement when I was trying to sign up. So, yeah, I don't know.
Pretty much an influencer orgy, huh?
I assume he's talking about either National or Fanatics Fest, or both.
Best, worst smelling influencers. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm I'm 20 minutes behind chat.
What's up with Bazooka Tom, man? He never has rude comments like that. Nobody cares about your fantasy football team. I mean, people care when it pays for a trip to the National for somebody to win.
Damn.
Jeez, Bazooka Tom.
I like Tom too. I'll see him at the National.
I did.
At trade night. I'll see him at trade night.
It's not Bazooka Tom anymore. It's Bazooka Adam.
Something's a little bit shifty on the subscriber front. There will be a video on Friday about this.
Yeah, you were talking about that a half an hour ago.
Hang tight. Yeah. Oh, that's when 19 minutes ago.
19. Damn, I wasn't even on live stream yet.
Vintage Sports Shack is almost at 2,000 subs by picking on Neo and then putting my face on a thumbnail with a turd emoji.
You get the soft serve one. You get the soft serve next to your thumbnail.
I just wish I could pick up some more subscribers from it, but I haven't. So I mean, it's kind of like it is what it is, but. Yeah, it was. It was, Jay. It was a lady smoking a cigarette on the porch. It was depressing.
I was talking to Ham. Oh, anyway, I booked my airplane ticket for the National. Like I said, I'm arriving at 11, and Ham is going to be arriving around 11:30-ish. So I'm going to wait at the airport for him. Airbnb check-in, he says, isn't until 4, though. But I have him reaching out to the Airbnb host to see if we can.
What are we going to do on Wednesday then? So on Wednesday,
you can get to the National at noon.
What do you mean Wednesday?
Yeah,
we're checking in on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, you get to town on Tuesday.
Tuesday, the 23rd.
I didn't realize you guys were coming in on Tuesday.
I'm starting to drive Tuesday night, and then I want to arrive. So I'm going to go to Wednesday morning, Pro Football Hall of Fame, and then Wednesday afternoon show.
I hope I'm not wrong. I'm arriving on Tuesday, the 23rd. I believe that's when Ham is doing too. And isn't that when we also booked the Airbnb for? Starting on Tuesday? Ham, if you're in the chat, please help me here. Or I just bought an airplane ticket a day early. It is what it is. I'll be there on Tuesday regardless.
Do you guys have any expectations for the hobby in the window after the National, before Fanatics Fest? So the 2 weeks in between.
What are your expectations?
It's a pretty short window.
After the National.
Tiny
it's
window.
kind of a, yeah. I mean, it's tough to predict because I don't think we've ever had something coming out of the National that's been significant. Usually the National hits in July, and then is there usually a big event? Not
Maybe I'll do
after the National.
Yeah,
Dallas,
a quick
a couple
flight
months
up
later.
there.
Yeah, but I think
Maybe I'll do a
Burbank's
quick
pretty
flight
close.
up for like Saturday. Oh, you know what?
all right. Ham just texted me Tuesday. All right.
I'm going to be at a Pearl Jam concert on Thursday night before
12th.
before that Fanatics Fest.
So
There
that
was,
Fanatics Fest is on Friday. Is that what you're saying?
So I should just drive there. I have no idea.
There was a brief moment where I was going to leave the National for 2 days to fly to San Diego Comic-Con for a week.
Oh, you going to do that?
I'm probably not going to do that.
That's that's YOLO stuff.
I told my wife, I said that's 23-year-old me, not 43-year-old me.
So
That's a lot.
Fanatics Fest is the 13th. So you're saying it starts September 13th, which
August.
is a Friday?
August.
August. Oh, if it's August 13th, Dustin, you won't be at a Pearl Jam concert till September 12th.
It's not the 13th. It's like the 18th, I think.
Okay, but he said he was going to be at a Pearl Jam concert the night before the Fanatics
It's
Fest.
the
Right?
16th, 17th, and 18th.
Wait, let me look
But
at
he's a month off. Pearl
Oh.
Jam's in September.
let me look at the calendar. Hold on.
Look, there's one thing I know Pearl Jam.
I
It's
thought
my
you couldn't
birthday.
go anywhere.
It's my birthday. It's in Baltimore. It's September 12th.
When is the Fanatics thing?
He said August-ish.
August 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. August.
Oh shit, I'm wide open for that weekend.
How did you just realize this? We've only been talking about this for 5
Oh
months.
man, I might be flying in for this thing.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna get a show.
Is that the
free
one in
nothing.
Orlando?
That's in November.
Okay, see, that's the one I might be able to attend. The Fanatics Fest, whatever, is coming up
Pittsburgh,
in August.
September.
I'll be just about to fly to Europe then.
I've got something else. Yeah, I can't think of what it is, but I know I have something else here.
You've been saying for literally months, I can't go to New York because I have something.
I know. So we have the what is this app? Cozy Family app, where we put all of our stuff in. Sometimes she doesn't put things in there, and it's kind of tricky. But I think that we do have something on that weekend.
Manu, don't be getting in my mind already. I've already went through this whole process of doing it, then not doing it. I made secondary arrangements.
I'm just
Hopefully.
I'll be coming at you live with some card content from Budapest.
Rage, how many Jordan promo rookies are out there? Is it a lot? And how many are in mint condition? Neo is Cleveland.
Is that the large card?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want one of those.
That's the one you were talking about before I came on live stream. You were talking about you needed one.
That's
Or
a
what was
turn.
one of your national cards or something you wanted?
That's
And
a
a 9,
turn
right?
card, yeah. And
Oh
a 9.
yeah, you specified PSA 9, and then Neo busted your balls about it not being an SGC 9. Yeah.
Yeah, PSA
I remember that part.
That was 3 days ago.
or SGC 9. Yeah. I'll take an SGC 9. Or even an SGC 9.5. Is Cleveland making any move? What does this mean? Is Cleveland making any moves? Oh, mean like Browns?
like the
Talking
Cavs?
about the Cavs because we were talking about the Cavs 45 minutes ago. when
Oh,
that
Brad.
comment-
This is Brad from Ocean City, right? Brad
Yeah.
that was in the competition.
Yeah.
There is a small. He sent me that there's a small card show in Ocean City, July 13th on a Saturday. I'm going to go to that. It's like really short. It's like on a Saturday from like 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's at a restaurant like a crab house. At least that's what it looked like it was at, unless it's sponsored by that. But
Oh man, Steve, we need those Delaware drinks.
the crushes.
Yeah, the crushes. Oh man.
Yep.
The Celtics are up for sale. Steve's probably going to put it a bit. I think it's funny how the Celtics owner is like, yeah, we'll give Tatum $1 billion, but the Celtics are up for sale. You know, like he's going ahead and like paying everybody because it's not coming out of his pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, Dustin's on chat control there, Simon. Man, you know.
He'll see that comment around the National.
I'm ready for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Are you going there?
Yeah.
Are you?
You can go to the Science Center is right next door to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too.
Oh, sweet.
They're literally right next to each other.
So I had narrowed it down to like I want a Jim Brown rookie, but I'm like not at the National because in Cleveland they'll be overcharging for him. So I'm like, so yeah, because I want to get my first vintage football card. I think I'm going to pivot over to basketball and try to get like a cool Wilt Chamberlain or.
Manu said this is basically like sending an email to chat because Dustin's so far behind.
Okay, so Trader Grip says there's Burbank after that, and then Fanatics across the street from.
Hey, shoot me a fax. Shoot me a fax, Manu. We'll take a look.
And then after that Fanatic thing. Oh wait, Burbank show after Fanatics.
Yeah, Burbank is 1 week after Fanatics, and then I think Dallas is a couple weeks after that.
I think Dallas has just kind of become like commonplace now, right? It's not
every
as
2
special
months.
as it used to be. I mean, it's still a big show, but I feel like it's strictly a buy and sell show. I don't think it's any more a show where people go to do the extras. You know what I mean? It was a good thing if you're trying to buy and sell cards, I guess. Yeah, Brad, I'm pretty definitely going to try to make that. He just commented below. Yeah.
No acceptance on the Herbert offer yet, or the Abear offer for the jersey signed. No acceptance yet.
They're waiting for somebody to offer 150. So they're going to wait, and right before your offer expires, they're going to have to make a decision.
It does. 19 minutes in the past. Back to the Future, baby. I'm actually bidding on a hoverboard from Back to the Future 2 that's signed by Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd.
Here.
Oh, Denny Cards in the chat.
Let's go.
Anthony Bennett. It was a buy. I did hear that as well.
We got it. We got the
cards back from the grave. He went MIA for a while.
We got the flux capacitor fired up, Dustin. So we can go back and try to get some of these comments.
Yes, finally.
Hold on.
We're good. Can you do a video on your visit to the Football Hall of Fame? I absolutely will do that. We'll visit the 3 Saints. I think they're in there.
Football Hall of Fame's cool. I've never actually been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I know a few people that have all income and purchase fake followers engagement. I haven't had the heart to say anything, but it's the corniest ever. Absolutely. It is very corny. Especially when you already have, here's the thing, and it'll be shown in Friday's video. You already have a solid following and you already have solid view counts. So it makes very little sense to do that. But some people, it looks like, have done that. And that
I picked up 7 subscribers. Woo-hoo.
That will be showcased. Flipping Steve being first in the video.
Oh, I got some good plans coming up for that Aaron Rodgers slab, boys. It's going to be, they're going to be good. July 4th celebration. I'm going to see how many fireworks I can attach that Aaron Rodgers to and shoot it up in the air. I just got to put enough rockets on it to lift the PSA slab off the ground. I don't want it to go dud right in front of me. What do you guys think? If I shoot that slab up in the air with a firework rocket?
You already threw it 70 feet off a tower and it survived.
Yeah, but there was no explosion at the top, see?
That's fair. You should be turning those
on to find it. That's the thing, though. I'll probably lose it.
Yeah, that'll be the hard part.
If it goes far, I'll probably lose it. That'll suck.
There's a ton of fireworks going off outside my house right now.
So we have the National, and then 2 weeks later we have the Fanatics thing, and then a week after that we have the Burbank show.
Yep.
Yeah, I read this comment.
How the hell is how
Steve and I literally talked about this comment 10 minutes ago.
I'm not listening to anything that you
I
guys
even said trader grifts.
but I'm not listening to anything you're saying though.
Send help, chat.
Okay.
Please send help.
All right,
I see Dustin did his cheat code and skipped to the end of chat.
I'm caught up. Yeah, I'm caught up.
Skip right over all of
Sorry to the
comments about
45 minutes of
running
comments.
backs.
This is how Neo runs a chat. Skip 60 messages.
I get no complaints about chat in my life.
Yeah, I think
because you don't have to talk to anybody and you just skip everybody. So it's
Jay Culture Collision in September is a no. That's a no for me.
Tom, I am not going to the Thursday night blah 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 influencer thing. I don't know whose that is, but I don't
know anything about it, so I guess I'm not going.
It's for influencers.
I'm going to
I don't know anything about it.
I'm going to the Friday night Filmington thing, and that's
yeah, I'll do that. That's been a tradition. Haven't we done that every year now since the first Chicago one we went to?
Yeah.
Chicago
we always go to Filmingtons. We're going to go to
the fourth national.
We'll go to trade night. We'll go to trade night on Thursday night. And
Filmington will be weird this year because it's downtown. That's like 30 minutes away.
It's Card Collector 2 trade night Thursday night.
Are you will this be the fourth national in a row we're going to now?
Yes.
So
Chicago's
Atlantic City, Chicago. Okay. Yeah. So this will be a fourth year in a row me for the Filmington things.
It's our first in the great state of
starting
Ohio.
to become slight traditional things. Like once things starts to become repetitive. And it will be back in Chicago next year.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the next 2 years is in Chicago.
Which means me, Ham, and Dustin got to do either steak or Italian.
Ham's going to get pissed off his macaroni and cheese isn't right. So
we have to have the 2-hour annual dinner.
Yeah, we could go back to that Italian restaurant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if we find a place in Cleveland, we have to pull off the 2-hour or whatever it is dinner now, just because, Dustin has something to say. You guys were going to dinner for 2 hours.
No, you guys
3 hours, 4 hours. Well, you should know how those Italian meals are.
I thought you died from food. Like I thought they gave you like.
We almost did. They gave us so much food. That place was awesome.
But you know how Italian meals are, man.
I live that life every day.
That's what I'm saying. But even like just traditionally too, like if you go to like Italy and have a meal, like dinner is like forever.
Yeah, but that's in Italy. That's not at some random.
But they're trying to give you the authentic feel, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit Italian restaurant.
But see, I would have never known the difference until I stepped out and I was in Chicago. I could have been sitting there and been like, man, it feels just like I'm in Rome.
He's just he's jealous because he didn't come with us and he missed out on a good time.
Well, yeah, Kim's not coming with me on this one, so I'll be there for the Italian dinners. Don't my mac and cheese and old fashions. Yeah.
We'll have to see if you might not be invited, Dustin, after you.
Oh, that's a question for Nina.
That's
a question for Neo, though. Ham, does Cleveland make a good old fashioned? Because I remember Ham, the first Chicago National, he was like, Chicago can't make an old fashioned. They suck. And then when we were in Atlantic City, I think he's had a decent one, right? He had a good one somewhere. And then back in Chicago, he had a good one that time.
Can Chicago make can Cleveland make mac and cheese? Because Ham's going to lose his mind if not.
Just bring it out on time. Just give him some Kraft mac and cheese or some Velveeta shells and cheese or something. Jeez.
I have no idea
back on for Thursday night. What is that?
This is, that's not real Italian, Bob. That's like that's bullshit stuff.
Yeah, but there's pictures of Italian dudes on the wall in there that look like chefs. They're the guys. They're actually the guys that cook in the back. I'm just kidding.
That place was serious business. They had like a dress code and shit.
They do.
Wait, Olive Garden or where you guys went?
No, the place we went to. We walked in and there was like a dress code posted at the door.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was wearing, but they let me in. They were like, "You're flipping, Steve. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. Come on in, man." I was like, "No, that's not true."
Oh, Ham's got the dancing girls. We're back on for Thursday night. So there we go.
Oh, is that what's up? I thought he was talking about fishing, and he spelled striper wrong.
Stripers are back. Get Stripers back on for Thursday.
Yeah. Michael Ham fishing in sports cards. Stripers are running. Stripers are running, boys.
Stripers are
right
running.
he has to be right on Lake Erie. He can go walleye fishing.
Oh man.
Didn't they find out?
Oh, it was the steak place. It was the steak place in Chicago that made his old fashioned. What was the steak place, Neo? Where we wait? It seemed like we were going to wait forever in Chicago. Yes, we did.
Oh, the bar right across the street from the National. I forget what it's called.
It was like a popular place, I thought.
Yeah, it's like the place everyone goes to. It's literally across the street from the National in the hotel.
Somebody in the chat knows.
The year before, me and my wife ate lunch in there, and Ric Flair was in there at the bar.
Oh, nice.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh, we had to remove our hats going into the Gibsons.
Yeah, Denny got it.
Danny got it. Too bad there wasn't a trivia question last week or 2 weeks ago.
That was a nightmare. We had a hell of a time trying to get a table in there.
Yeah, remember how crowded it was in there?
So my move there usually is that I text Erica and at like an hour before the show ends and tell her to go over and get a table before everyone dumps out. That's the hack for Gibson.
So what's the hack in Cleveland where you guys know the area? So are you and Erica going to hook up the dinner stuff, or is it going to be us just trying?
She probably won't come up to anything since it's local.
Oh, super. So we're screwed. Then no one's going to help us.
I mean, I can send you some restaurants.
What do you mean you're going to send us some restaurants? You're just bailing out in the evenings?
I don't know what we'll all be doing. Maybe me, Steve, and Ham will go to dinner without you because it'll be for 3 hours.
Neo, because you're traveling back and forth from home. How are you going to do like I don't want to say the intangibles, but the extra stuff that goes along the side stuff from the National? Once the show's done and over with, and everybody hangs out at different places, and does different things.
He's going back home. He's going to do his own thing.
Well, the trade night starts immediately after the show ends. I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, like we had a dinner in Chicago.
Yeah,
like, how are we gonna like? We had a dinner, a couple dinners in Chicago actually, but it was kind of like
just because I'm driving back and forth doesn't mean I still can't go to dinner.
But I'm saying, like, what if there's downtime in between? Like, say the National closes at 6 and dinner is like at 8.
Then I'll just go to trade night for an hour.
Okay.
Cool. Can't wait to not hang out with everybody.
Hey, well, you're at Airbnb with me. I guess we're stuck.
I mean, you guys probably. I mean, if the show ends at 6 and you have dinner at 8, you're not going to drive all the way back to the Airbnb to turn around and come back out and go to dinner.
Well, it depends. Airbnb could be closer to dinner.
It's not.
Show.
It might know where you guys are staying.
You never know, man. We might have some good shit in our neighborhood.
I know the neighborhood, so sure.
Famous last words.
You told me it was a good neighborhood.
No, it's fine. There's just not a lot up that way.
Oh, you just totally lied to us, man. You know what? Neo's
Avon, right? You guys are staying at Avon. Avon's fine.
He's throwing oil slick behind us, pretending to be our friends. He's throwing oil slick behind us, throwing all sorts of shit at us.
Yeah, he's like, how's we gonna roll up there? There's gonna be ladies smoking up whole boxes, the whole carton of cigarettes when we roll.
You guys
up
having
Airbnb,
fun?
like Dustin.
It's like the what is it? The house on Haunted Hill, like the eyes. What is it? The eyes behind the hills, where the guy, like all the creepy people are behind the hills.
Oh, the hills have eyes.
Yes, Neo is literally setting us up for the hills have eyes out there in Cleveland.
Now you
guys are gonna have so much fun.
What part of Cleveland are we even in? He just snapshotted me the Airbnb. Oh, it's just the address. It just says home in Cleveland. But I knew when we looked at it, I knew what it was.
I thought it was Avon, isn't it? Are you guys staying in Avon?
Ham, what does that say on it?
Where are we staying?
It was a decent neighborhood. So I know I booked. I forget because you guys forget that I had to book
Chicago. Shit.
Yeah, but you guys forget that I had to book another accommodation for the winter. So that's the one that I'm thinking. I'm thinking of was it North Olmsted, or does that sound about right, Neo?
Yeah, North Olmsted's a place.
North Olmsted is where I booked the suite for Cam B, who won the contest, and but we're in another part of town.
The house looks nice, but
Yeah,
I'm concerned.
it'll be all right.
Is there
man.
a lady smoking in the picture?
Ham
out
will
front?
protect you.
Hosted by Paula. I don't know.
I pull up my trips and it's all my stuff for coming up in Europe. Cleveland. Here we go. Cleveland. Here it is. Near Lakeshore. There you go, Neo.
Wow.
West Side Century Home near Lakeshore in downtown.
Okay.
That's the description.
That's
So
not
we're
a
west
city, but
side.
okay.
We're west side.
It really is
Can't do
sad
the
that they're
W.
not going to host another one of these in Cleveland for a couple of years. Man, that sucks. Doesn't it just feel like a logistical nightmare?
Where you'll be.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come back to Cleveland. This is the one that they remember. This is the show that they owed them because Cleveland was the one that was canceled from COVID.
Oh man, they owe us. I think they owe us at this point.
West 80s.
Hey, it's still better than Atlantic City.
Oh well, yeah, but everything's better than Atlantic City. Mars,
Well,
like
I will
these
tell you, the
like
the
City.
one good thing about Atlantic City though was that the hotel had everything. So like
Yeah, but the hotel was you had to take a taxi or Uber or drive.
yeah, I mean like
It's
to
the
get to the
built-in-
trade nights and to the show, but once you were at the hotel, like you were good to walk
The
from
hotel was great. I mean, we had that
anything
cool
you
food
needed.
court downstairs.
Like
Like
the big
Eric never had to leave
because
the
we stayed at
property.
the Borgata, which is nice. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
the location of Atlantic City itself isn't nice, but the accommodations within
Yeah,
Atlantic
Borgata
City,
was
the
nice.
Borgata was nice.
Convenience to the trade nights and to the show itself
Yeah.
sucked.
We had pizza nearby.
Yeah, it was just right around the corner.
Pizza was a
Right
short
around the corner.
walk.
We had
So-
pizza nearby, 7 miles
We're
away.
going walking in for pizza in Cleveland, Neo. Where's the good pizza at, man? Just down the block, I hope.
Cleveland's not the best for pizza. I mean, we do all right, but that's not our.
Who
that's
is
not-
going to be the surprise team this year to do well in the NFL? I like this question, Brad. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I'm in basketball mode right now with
You're doing
NBA.
AFC and an NFC team?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's definitely the
Don't say the Bears. Everybody's
It's the
calling
New
them Bears.
Orleans Saints. It's the New Orleans Saints. It's clear as day that we're going to be good.
Who would you say were the biggest surprises last year? Because I guess now they wouldn't be a
Texans.
surprise. The Texans for sure.
Texans, yeah. Texans are going to blow this year. It's a whole like sophomore slump for quarterbacks. Everyone on God's green earth is buying CJ Stroud, and that always works out, right? I mean,
Right.
it is clear that the Texans are going to take a step back because they are the team that everyone wants
Sparrows.
to win.
Denny says Sparrows Pizza. That's like the pizza they have in the food court at the mall.
Yeah, it's Sbarro's. But yeah, that's the mall
Sbarro's.
food court pizza. I've definitely
But,
had some Sbarro's in my life.
Would you say if you said the Jets were going to would be a surprise team, that would be a surprise? I mean, they were bad last year,
They were bad last year, but that was because of the Rodgers
but
injury.
you think it was a surprise that they were bad. So this
What
year
about
it
the
would be a
Dolphins?
surprise if they were good.
What about the Dolphins?
They're going to flirt with the playoffs, but you know they'll get to
Tua
the
will get
playoffs and
concussed in
fizzle
their
out.
season
Tua can't.
What about what about the Chargers? CJ Stroud or Justin Herbert and the new coach? And
No,
they
there's nothing there.
They have
Not in
zero
year
wide
one.
receivers.
Not in
New
year
left-
one.
new
Nothing there
left
with
tackle.
Harbaugh.
New left tackle.
No, you
Never
forget they're
mind.
playing in the West. They got to beat the Chiefs, best team in the NFL.
Maybe the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl. Maybe you can't crack this Aaron Rodgers slab as like a sign, like that's a portent of things to come.
I hope not. They're in the AFC East. My dad and my brother would be destroyed if they eliminated the Dolphins. They ain't going to touch my Chiefs though.
My Chiefs.
My Chiefs. He's been a fan of them for 3 months for his Chiefs.
Hey, don't judge me.
I think it's funny that Tyreek left the Chiefs to go to the Dolphins, and Steve still goes with the Chiefs.
The Lions wouldn't be a surprise. Now the Lions were the team that I called last year to be a sleeper. Remember, because I was getting Jared Goff stuff.
Do you?
I didn't
do
just
you own a
call it
nice
like here,
Mahomes
but with my
card?
friends and stuff. So you guys wouldn't remember.
Do you have a nice Mahomes card since you're like a number one?
I
fan?
don't. I actually thought about, okay, instead of going the vintage route at the National this year, maybe I will go after a nice Mahomes card. But I mean, his market is so inflated right now. And you know, the moment that someone fails or retires or something, their stuff goes down. I mean, Tom Brady wasn't even immune to that. He's still considered the GOAT. His cards went down when you no longer become relevant in the mainstream. You know, he's relevant to the NFL, but when you no longer have eyes on you, and that'll be the thing with Patrick Mahomes. You can't buy a card of him at the peak of his career. You got to wait till nobody cares about him anymore to an extent. So that's why it's tough.
Yeah, everyone's going to care about Mahomes until he retires, just based on what he's.
It happens with all the great quarterbacks. You know, it happened with Peyton Manning. It happened when he retired, and it happened with Brady when he retired. You know, their cards just people lose interest because they're not in the spotlight. It's not that they are any worse because they're not playing anymore. It's just people like to buy what they see in front of them, so it drives prices. Right now, Patrick Mahomes is in front of everybody. Would I like to have a Patrick Mahomes card long term? Yeah, it'd be awesome, but I don't look at it as a good long term investment because I think it'll go down before it has long term value. If you were out to get his Prism right now, which is, I guess you would say, is his flagship card, in a PSA 10, because they're not rare, but the PSA 10s are somewhat rare because of the printing defect. That's what drives. That's what makes the pop report on those 10s so tough. Because the best card in the set had a printing defect.
Oh, best card in the set. Don't forget Deshaun Watson's in that set.
Sheesh. Yeah, I know.
Sheesh.
He's not even the second best quarterback in that set, is he? Mitchell Trubisky.
Ouch. Is he even still in the league? Did anyone sign him?
Oh, I don't know. Christian McCaffrey's in that set. That's a good card. I like the Christian McCaffrey blue Prism out of that because it looked really good with his
Myles Garrett's in that set too.
Carolina uniform. Yeah, Myles Garrett. I'm still trying to think of my football team that's going to surprise people this year. I mean, the Jets, you could say teams like the Jets, but that won't be a surprise because they were expected to do good this year, and they had a legitimate excuse in most people's eyes for doing bad. I mean, who was just trash that may have improved their lineup enough to be better? A lot of people are calling for the Bears, but I don't believe in that. Man. There's not anybody in the NFC. I don't see the Commanders coming out of the NFC East and doing anything, or the Giants. So which teams were really bad last year that would be a surprise this year? Because a mediocre team getting better isn't normally a surprise, and a good team doing good isn't normally a surprise. So you got to think of the trash teams and be like, okay, which one of these trash teams has the best shot? I mean, what would you even say the Rams were last year? They were pretty good, right?
They made the playoffs.
Okay. The Cardinals, they ended the season strong. They had a good first-round draft pick. Kyler's going to be 100%.
I don't know. Maybe the Titans if like Levis hits or something.
Titans making the playoffs. That could be a good one right there.
Falcons will get some pump because they got Kirk Cousins now.
But I don't think it'll be a surprise at this point because when teams make really big moves, I mean, the Kirk Cousins is sort of along the same lines as the Jets making the Aaron Rodgers move last year, right? They got Aaron Rodgers. Now all of a sudden, here we go. They're going to be awesome. Atlanta gets Kirk Cousins. Okay, here we go. They're going to be maybe not awesome, but they're going to be playoff contenders. Usually it's a team that doesn't make a really big move. Because remember, the Detroit didn't do it a whole lot. They just got better going through last season, and then they came in this year and they had put it all together, their head coach and everything. You know, it wasn't like they signed a big free agent that was like, okay, this is going to make them good.
The only other one would be like the Falcons or something because they were terrible last year. Or not the Falcons, the Cardinals.
Yeah. But, they started playing good at the end of the season. Kind of like Detroit the year before.
Mark and Rage. Falcons are going to be friggin' horrible.
Falcons also weren't like, I mean, they were 7-10 last year. It wasn't like they were like 2 and whatever.
They have weapons.
Cardinals?
They have weapons.
No, Falcons.
Oh, Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk Cousins has already shown it's Kirk Cousins. So, I mean, Michael Penix.
He's coming off a torn Achilles, though.
Michael Penix, maybe, with all the weapons. Maybe it's Michael Vick Part 2. But, I mean, I've been watching this division for a while. And no.
I just think most of the divisions have like at least 2 really good teams. Joel says Jacksonville. I mean, But Jacksonville was a surprise this year on how bad they actually were, because they won the playoff game over the Chargers like the year before that in a big comeback. And everybody was like, oh, look out for Trevor Lawrence. I remember last year's National, Trevor Lawrence was one of the hottest names because everybody thought he was going to come out and blow it up, and Jacksonville was going to be awesome. So them sucking this year was actually a surprise.
Kyle Pitts is 4 years into going nuts, Rage. Like he's been going nuts. Like Kyle Pitts is about to go nuts.
He's
like
burned so many fantasy teams.
He had a great rookie season though, and then he had 2 bad seasons with bad quarterbacks.
I mean, he's a great player. I mean, yeah, they have all the weapons, so there's no excuses for sure. But I mean, I don't know.
It'll be good. It depends on if you're talking about fantasy good or NFL good, because again, there's 2 different definitions of that.
The
Like
Titans,
Justin Fields is fantasy good.
Will Levis and the Titans may shock some teams. Helmets and
that's one team that I think will be a lot improved. The Titans.
Packers are going to take a step back. The Lions lead that division, not the Packers. Sorry, Packers fans.
Then again, the Titans are changing their whole offensive system, and they lost Derrick Henry, who has kind of been like the cornerstone of that offense, and they were very run heavy. So the first year with a second-year quarterback that didn't get many starts last year, with a new receiver in Calvin Ridley, they're going to have to find chemistry. And Hopkins is another year older, to be honest. Tony Pollard comes in from Dallas. It was a bust last year. And they still have Tajay Spears. I mean, I don't know. I guess if they do something, it would be sort of a shock, honestly. Even you have the Steelers also. But I think they were competitive last year. They just didn't have a quarterback. Bad offensive coordinator. Daniel Jones, no. No. The Saints, no. Derek Carr.
Saints are going to the bowl. Saints are going to the bowl.
You guys need a quarterback, man. I've been doing so many mock drafts, and I've been drafting out of like the 3-hole. And every time it gets back to me in the second round, Chris Olave is staring me right in the face, and I'm like, I just cannot click the button on Chris Olave. I just can't do it. Like,
you love Olave.
I don't like his quarterback. Check down.
Go. He's the guy.
Man. Alvin Kamara gets more catches than Olave does targets.
Yeah, and Alvin Kamara might be sitting out this season.
Why? Because of that is he facing a suspension for that?
No contract. He wants an extension or whatever.
So he never faced anything then for the charges that were brought on him then?
3 games last year.
Oh, he served that last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember. I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, he did, because he fell really far in fantasy drafts because of it.
All right, gents. We're almost 90 minutes in. Do we have any pressing issues that we want to talk about before we head off?
Pressing?
3 weeks for the next one, right? Because 2 weeks will be the National.
Yeah, 2 weeks we're in the National, so it's going to be 3 weeks from now is going to be the next show. I think that we did videos on the Walmart thing, getting back in Walmart.com. My opinion is Walmart.com is not going to have any sort of impact whatsoever. So them getting in on cards is pretty lame and useless. He's only 29.
What's their full take on that, getting into cards? Is it just selling online now like Target used to?
Yeah, it's just like Amazon saying, like, we're going to get
Amazon Marketplace. Like third-party sellers can list and your stuff shows up on Walmart search.
It's like Craigslist. But
okay.
Nobody shops on Walmart.com, so it's kind of...
So
I mean, I think a lot of people shop on Walmart.com, just we don't shop on Walmart.com.
I don't know who those are. I mean, I heard, like, I had a commenter say, like, a lot of people shop on Walmart.com. Who? I don't know any of them. I literally don't know any of them in my entire family.
You're too bougie for Walmart.com.
I guess. I don't know. You know what? Actually, I guess you're right. I get my mom or my wife does like the pickups. Like you can like order online and then you can do like the pickup at Walmart.
Is that like the online shopping? Like you just
but
have a shopper.
She's not looking at trading cards
Get
though.
all your groceries and shit for you, or something different.
Yeah, I mean that's just for.
You know how many grandmas and like moms and like random relatives shop on there probably for kids for Christmas?
Nope.
Probably a lot. They're like other than Amazon, they're like the biggest retailer in the country. I think Walmart.com gets some site traffic. I'm just saying.
Well, investor. Oh God.
Should machines be used to dispense cards at random for a
Justin's too busy on Target.com.
I just think most people just walk into Walmart. I don't think there's a lot of Walmart.com stuff. I think it's people just walk in there. So I don't know. I could be wrong, I guess. I guess we'll find out. We'll get the numbers and then we can talk about it in a video. But
if I were Walmart, real quick, I wouldn't want people shopping online, because how many times do you actually go to Walmart with the plan to get one or two things and you walk out with a ton of shit? Like, that wouldn't happen if you were just like shopping online. You would be like, okay, I want this and this. All right, here we go. Honestly, ask Chad. I don't know about you guys, but I know if I walk into Walmart with like 3 things on my list, I still walk out with a cart full of stuff. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I need that. Oh yeah, that. Oh, that would be cool. You know, oh, they have optic basketball this week, you know. All kinds of stuff. If you're shopping online, you typically, especially I know from buying on Amazon, I just look up what I want. Oh, there it is. Add to cart. Boom. Buy. See, you got it. You know, but when I go to Walmart, it's like, all right, I'm going in for these 3 things. But it never works out like that.
According to the internet, in May of 2024, Walmart.com had 420 million site visits. That seems like a lot.
how many were card related?
That's not the point.
That's all of the point. That's everything of the point. 420 million visits to go buy a can of peas.
I mean, it literally costs Walmart nothing. They're not doing anything. They're just providing the site.
A platform.
Oh, they have overhead here.
Okay, so they're just
third-party sellers. They're just collecting the 3% fee or whatever.
Oh, so basically I could list my stuff on Walmart.com just like I do on eBay or my Slab.
Not anybody can. They're much more strict on who they let on for sellers.
Well, for now they are.
Okay.
Well, you have to have a taxpayer ID and stuff. Like you have to be able to
sign up
legitimate
and start
business.
listing.
You can't just be random Joe Schmo.
Can I buy star cards at Walmart.com?
But you could sell them. You could probably buy some counterfeit star cards on Walmart.com, but I think all star cards are counterfeit, so it doesn't really matter.
Like the 80s.
Or like the Jordan Star cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made those on the copy machine at the Christmas party.
And PSA slabbed them.
Oh my Lord.
Right at the Collector's Universe Christmas party.
Educate yourselves. Good Lord, educate yourselves.
They got the well, you got the slicer out, boys. Coming out hot.
It's fine. Hey, you guys stay away from it. I'm doing just fine. Stay away from it. Do your thing.
Oh man, I missed that one.
You've been pumping it for 2 months. Jesus.
Didn't line the slicer up, man. That one's off centered. Shit.
You gotta throw an off center one in there every once in a while just to keep it honest.
Yeah, you got sideways, man. I told you I shouldn't have had 3 beers before you put me on the slicer.
I'm sure there's random Cavs guards to buy. That'll be better. All right, guys. We're 90 minutes in, and I'm tired, and we had a July 3rd/4th party at the house, and I need to recover. So thank you very much for joining today. We will not be here. We'll be at the National in 2 weeks, and then in 3 weeks, we will come back, and we will have a recap of the National.
And we'll be on the fast track.
Maybe I'll do a pop-up live at the National from wherever I'm at. Just pop my camera up. But everybody in the chat will probably be at the National, so there won't be anybody to watch.
Let's hope so. Let's hope everybody is that's in the chat is at the National.
Go live from the show floor.
All right, guys.
I'll probably go live after. From the Airbnb in
Night.
Cleveland,
live from
West Side.
Let's do an Airbnb. Yeah, since Neo didn't give us any sort of assistance whatsoever on the place. I don't know, guys. Hey, let me know if you need help on where to stay. Reach out to them.
Live from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where he's being inducted. You guys get one of you guys induct me to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We'll just set it up like a skit. No.
Yeah, let's definitely do an evening. Let's do an evening live from the Airbnb that we might be sharing with a lady smoking cigarettes.
With the lady with the cigarettes.
The lady smoking cigarettes. Neo will be back at home.
It'll be like the guest on Sports Card Radio.
We're getting popped in the face with a flip-flop.
Oh, shit.
All right. I think we should end on that. Toodles, everybody.
Toodles.
Toodles.
All right.
See you boys at the National.